Hey guys, real quick before we get into this video, I want to tell you a cool story. So I've made a video about my filming setup, and I mentioned in there that I had lost one of the legs on my tripod, and one of the guys that are subscribers, active in this community, reached out and said, hey, I've got your leg. I found it on the course in Arkansas. I'll ship it to you. Don't worry about paying anything. How awesome is that? So I've got my leg back for my tripod. Appreciate that, Matt. Thank you a ton for taking care of me and finding the things that I lose on the trail. Stick around, you're gonna like this video. Appreciate you clicking on this video. Like, subscribe, check out all the links down below. I can save you some money on stuff down in the bottom. I'm not gonna bore you to death with that. Today, we're gonna be checking out a commercial grade meat grinder, because if you hunt deer, you, your buddies, your deer camp, you should have a meat grinder, a meat processor. You can all pitch in on it. I've bought cheap ones before. They'll last a little while, then they're gonna break. They won't come on anymore. It's just not worth the money. Buy a bigger, more commercial, industrial one, like this Valley Sportsman one that I'm looking at today, and you won't regret it. All your buddies can pitch in on it. You can all pay a little, use it as a group. Your whole deer club could use it. So highly recommend this one. Let's check it out. This one's the real deal, heavy duty, like heavy duty one. It's not a toy, I can promise you. All right, so we're doing a couple different things today. This is some deer from, or this is some deer meat from a deer that I shot on public land last year. At the end of the end of season, beginning of next season, I try to get rid of all the old meat and process everything out. And then that way I'm coming into this season hungry with an empty freezer, and I'm ready to start putting some deer meat down. So today we're going to take this deer meat, which I've cubed it up. You can see it's in like 2-inch little cubes, and we're going to run it through this processor. We're going to check this processor out. We're going to do two different things with it today. We're going to make some sausage, and we're going to make some fajitas. There's no right or wrong way to do this. I'm just going to show you how I do it. You can do it any which way you want. If you don't like this way, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you do yours. But this is how I do it, and you can see if you like it. We're going to check out this meat processor in the process. So stick around. All right, so this processor comes with two of these gauge grates. I don't know what the technical term for them is. I've got the bigger one in here right now, so I'm going to run these chunks through in this bigger one. When they all get out, I'll season them up. I'll actually divide them up into some that's going to go to fajitas, some that's going to go to meat sticks or sausage sticks, and then I'll season them how I want to season them. Then I'll run them back through again with this fine grinder, and I'll probably cut that sausage into it as well. So I always cut deer meat with some pork or some beef fat. I'm using just Jimmy Dean hot sausage today, a breakfast sausage. Just give it some fat to it, and I like breakfast sausage anyway, so kind of just makes sense. So let's get this stuff through here first and get it in a thick grind, and then we will start thinning it out with some of this smaller gauge. All right, so a little bit of a pro tip: use these lunch lady gloves. You can buy these by the bulk, and you don't have to get your hands quite as dirty. So we're just going to put this meat in here, and then we can use the whatever this thing is to kind of push it down in there. So we've got some down in there. Get some more going. Ooh, it is making quick work of that. All right, so that took a couple seconds. Super strong, super powerful. So we've got our pile of a rough meat here. And what we'll do, we'll take this thicker gauge out. We'll put this thinner gauge in. All right, so this thinner gauge one will go in next. All right, so what I'm gonna do with some of this, I'm gonna do fajitas with it tonight. So I'm actually gonna take some of this thicker stuff that came out at the very end. I'm gonna put it over here in its own batch, and this is gonna be fajita mix. I'm gonna put maybe 10–20% of pork in with this. All right, so I'm gonna take my pork here. And like I said, not super scientific, but that knife is very dull. I'm gonna take just a little bit, 10–20% of it, down here with the fajita mix. The rest of it's going to go into this sausage meat stick blend down here. All right, we'll mix that just a little bit, but we're gonna mix it again in the grinder, run it through a couple times. So this I'll run through, even though I'm probably gonna run it through a couple times, then I'll put the tube on for the sausage, or for the jerky sticks. All right, so we're gonna run it through again with this finer. It doesn't go through as easy when it's not chunked. You gotta push it in with this stomper, I believe what it's called. But it definitely comes out really fine. Oh, mix this up. I'm gonna go ahead and run it through one more time. It's hard to blend that sausage and that deer meat together, but we can do it. Alright, so this is my jerky pile. Now we'll go to the fajita mix. Okay, the fajita mix, I won't worry too much about going through again. I ate a ton of meat when you grind that through there like that. That turned out really good. So all I'm going to do with this is I'm going to add just a little bit of fajita seasoning. It's not even it's probably a little more than I need, so I'm going to make it like that. I'm just going to add a little bit of fajita seasoning, and I'm going to let it sit so we get it on the Blackstone later. Well, like an idiot, I didn't hit record. So I've got the sausage stuffers on here now. Going to be putting the run it through the casings. I'm using the smallest one just because that's the casings I've got. You can get casings for any of these sizes, which is cool. You can do summer sausage if you want, but I'm using the smallest one. I've ran this all the way out to the end of this sausage stuffer, and then I'm going to feed it through this casing. And this to me is always the hard part. Alright, so I've got the casings slid on top there. We'll tie this into a little knot. Alright, now you got to get it all the way against here. And then we'll feed it in. Should have put more casing on there. I've got me a few sausage links here. There's a few more that I'll probably get out, but I'm going to get these on the smoker. Got the smoker at 150. This is a Green Mountain Grill pellet smoker. I'm just going to get some smoke on these. I'll probably end up finishing them off inside, but just to get a little smoke on them. I like to get them in there and get them smoked up. We've got our fajita meat. We actually had a bunch of jerky meat left over that I didn't know how much was left in there, so we're going to just put it on here too. We're going to try to keep them separate. Got jerky meat, and over here this is the fajita meat. We'll spread them out, let them start browning. And while they're browning, I'm going to clean the meat processor. All right, meat processor, very easy to clean. All these parts are going inside. These are all the things that just come out of the inside. This top part even comes off. That can go inside too and clean. This big bad mamma jamma right here, similar deal. Unscrew this. And now this whole thing comes off. So that's all clean. Nothing there has to even be touched. Awesome. This stuff here needs to go inside and get clean. So super simple and easy. Run this stuff inside. It comes apart so quick and clean. All right, while we're finishing up browning this meat, I've already got all the parts taken apart and inside, so that'll be no problem to clean, put back together. First thoughts on this Sportsman, this Valley Sportsman, I need to get the name right, Valley Sportsman meat processor. It's really awesome. It's industrial grade, commercial grade, whatever you want to call it. You can check it out. There's a link down below. Highly recommend it. I'm going to be making a ton of sausages and stuff this summer, processing my own meat. Around here, it's about $100 to get a deer processed, which I could buy, you know, a couple deer. Those are going to pay for themselves. So I encourage you to get a group of buddies together and go in on one and just share it. Use it, share it. Make sure everybody gets to process their deer with it, and you'll definitely save money in the long run. Super simple to take apart, highly heavy-duty processor. Chewed through that meat no problem, like it was nothing. Deer fajitas tonight. I keep my fajitas pretty simple. Tortilla, lettuce, cheese, meat. That's all you really need. Some ground deer meat. This would be great in a chili, which is chili season. This would have been jerky meat, but it's got a barbecue rub to it kind of thing, and it's going to slow cook in the smoker, but this didn't make it in there. I quit too early. So this is going to go in a chili probably later this week. All right, so you can see we're still getting some smell. I say you can see. Yeah, maybe you can see. We're getting a little more color to them. I'm gonna let them keep going for a while. Like I said, I'll probably finish them off. I'm just going at 150, and I'm gonna let them go for a couple hours, and I'll probably finish them in my inside oven, and I'll check the internal temp. When the internal temp gets around 165, then I'll know they're done. But so far, man, this Sportsman Valley Sportsman grinder is awesome. I love it. That thing just ate up that meat like nothing. It's easy to clean, super heavy duty. There's a 6-year warranty on this thing. If you look down below in the comments, there's probably a link to it, and there might be a little code that'll save you some money. So highly recommend you checking them out. They've got a ton of different ones, different price points. Any of them will work great, I'm sure. 6-year warranty, built heavy duty. You're not gonna have to worry about much. And get some buddies to go in on it with you. If you don't wanna spend that much money, get somebody's going on with you. They're very affordable compared to other ones, so I don't think that's really a big issue. But if you're kind of like, I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money, get you a couple buddies and you all split it, and then everybody use it to process their deer. It's a no-brainer. I just saved myself, you know, maybe 50, 75, $100, depending on where I would have taken it. That wasn't very much meat, so it probably wasn't that much money. But if I wanted to do a whole deer, it would have been easy. It wouldn't have been very hard at all just to keep putting meat through, because the motor in this thing just eats it up like nothing. So appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, stick around, leave a comment below. Let me know how you do it differently, because I'm learning. I'm new to the processing game, so I'm learning. What do you use for your pork fat or your beef fat? So, because deer's really lean. Tell me what you use down below. If you're buying an e-bike, check out RamboBikes.com. Use RRR Woods at checkout. It'll save you some money. So check out the Patreon. Check out the Hunt Hungry podcast. Still some stuff coming on that. So definitely go follow the YouTube page for that. Appreciate you guys sticking around. Hope your season's going good. Hope you're grinding some deer meat yourself. Check out the Valley Sportsman meat grinder, meat processor, if you are getting any deer down that you need to process. Appreciate it.